All right, well, this is a video. This is a YouTube video. This is a video for youtube.com. So it's Wednesday, February 25th at the moment that I'm recording this. And I've been trying to record this video for about 2 months. Haven't had a lot of motivation to get out, set up my camera, record a video, edit it, publish it, do all that. Also, my ideas are gone. I've lost all my video ideas. So I figured I'll just do a throwaway video today on my experience in flying FPV over the past 3 years. Is it 3 years now? It's 3 years. 3 glorious years of FPV. Flying FPV, building FPV drones, and spending thousands of dollars into this hobby. And what do I have to show for it? Nothing really. Nothing really of substance, but you know, it doesn't really matter because nothing actually matters. The big issue here is that this past year, I didn't really fly much FPV. I did a little bit, but I took a lot of time off from flying FPV. I just didn't really want to do it too much. Over the summer, I didn't fly pretty much at all, but I'm back at it. And so this is just gonna be focused on that, whatever that is. So back in about the summer of 2022, I built my first FPV drone. And then I really started getting into it that winter, which is when I started making videos on YouTube. And then 3 years later, here we are.
Это, блядь, Горловка, дядя, нахуй, тут все по-серьезному, ебать. Что там улицы шепчут, нахуй, как там ваше гетто поживает, ебать. Это мы простые пацаны с периферии, блядь.
Под ногами пыль, я накину капюшон. Если Дима дома, значит я раскачиваю дом. Наш стилек не ограничивается лишь текстилем. Почему вы так давно нас всех писали за щитов? Под ногами пыль, я накину капюшон. Если Дима дома, значит я раскачиваю дом. Наш стилек не ограничивается лишь текстилем. Почему вы так давно нас всех списали? Да нас не видно, не слышно за пылью. Но может быть ты веришь, что мы дышим в затылок. Пропуская свет, выступим из-за дыма. Забытое имя на выступе вновь. Любовь это дом, тебе семья.
Super nice. It's like 60 degrees in January, which is a little weird, but it's nice. But the only issue is that it's a little windy. So flying my drone around is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about are some of the things that I've learned over the past 3 years in flying FPV. One of those things being that has never changed is things are expensive. And now with tariffs, things are even more expensive than they were before. So I just heard some news that apparently, if you live in the United States of America, you know, land of the free, home of the brave, etc., you can no longer get drone parts of any kind that are not manufactured in the United States. I think that's what the news is. That's what someone told me, so it must be true. So like, I don't know, fuck the government for that bullshit. Like that's stupid. It doesn't do anything for anybody. Doesn't help anybody, but all I know is I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be posting, I'm gonna be flying as much as I possibly can. I'll be flying tiny whoops, I'll be flying my 5-inch, you know, whatever it is, I'm gonna try to fly as much as I possibly can, regardless of what's happening in the world. Now, one important lesson that I've learned through all my years of flying FPV is that the winter time is the worst for flying FPV because your batteries don't work as well when it's cold, so you don't get as much flight time. It also just sucks to stand outside in the cold, so then you're forced to sit in your car and fly your drone. So as you can see, covered in snow. There's just snow everywhere. Flying my drone right now is not an ideal situation. It sucks. I want this winter to be over. I hate winter so much. It's my least favorite season. I really don't understand why I still live in Ohio because this happens every year, and every year I'm pissed about it. So something very important that I've learned in FPV that a lot of people tell you when you're getting in is buy once, cry once. And I've mentioned this before, and I don't think that that's even applicable at all. Also, it's important to note, I've had this Radio Master Zorro since basically I started flying FPV, and the internal ELRS module has burnt out. It is no longer functional, so I have to attach this big ass thing to the back of it for it to work. But I just ordered a new radio a couple days ago, TX15, so hopefully that'll get here soon and I can rock that. So that's a little bit of useless information for everyone, but that's all right. I kind of wanted to get a new radio anyway, and it just gave me an excuse to buy a new one. But I have had the same HDzero goggles for the past couple of years, and they're still holding strong. I have some DJI goggles that are still working. So, you know, a lot of things will stay around like that if you take care of it. You know, over the past 3 years of flying FPV, I've seen DJI go through several iterations of HD video that are mind-blowing, to be honest. I've seen the creation of HDzero come into a pretty decent video system. It's got its flaws, but everything has a trade-off. But it seems that the DJI 04 now has pretty much perfected clear video and low latency. But the only issue with the DJI 04 right now is that if you're in the United States, it's almost impossible to get the Pro. So since flying FPV, I've basically flown every video system that exists except for Walk Snail, HDzero, Analog, DJI. I know there's a bunch more now, I guess. There's a few more, but I don't really pay attention to those. Like Beta FPV has one now. I don't know anything about it, so I can't speak on it. Currently right now, my quad is flying DJI because I was on Analog, and then I tried to put HDzero in it, and then I was trying to give them one more chance. I was giving HDzero one more chance, but then the VTX broke for no reason. It just stopped working. And then I'm like, fuck it, I'll just put this 03 that I have in it. So that's what I'm doing now. I have a DJI 03 in there. I don't really know what I've learned as much as what I've experienced. That starting FPV is hard, but then once you do it for a couple of months, it gets a little easier. Then once you do it for a couple of years, it's second nature. Like I went months without flying my drone, got back on, and it was just like riding a bicycle. I had no problems controlling the quad. All the muscle memory was still there. So you can take breaks and still be able to fly your drone. So that's good news. That's one thing that I learned. You can take long breaks and still know how to fly.